Alrighty then, here we are, like 2 hours later than usual. Hang on, of course I got a tickle now. Welcome to your not so early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here are some words of wisdom to get us going on this fine Saturday. And if I look like a train wreck, it's because sleep was elusive last night. We had a very not fun end to the day. I was getting ready, I had the headset on and the Zoom open and everything for our moon ceremony, and there was a head-on car accident right out in front of the motel. So that kind of stirred things up. Then I had someone check in at 1 a.m. and neither time was I falling back to sleep very easily. So here we are late, but here we are nonetheless. So good morning to all of you. I see we have one person here who is not popping up in terms of name, but I'm glad you're here. And I handpicked our deck today because I need some soothing. So we have the Nature Portals deck by Bruce and Carol Malner, and we have this fun picture of a little bird with something in its mouth, not sure what, but just enjoying the beach, grooving on the beach. Wouldn't we all like to be grooving on the beach right now? So a couple of nice deep breaths. Let it go. Let your shoulders drop. Come into this present moment. Good morning, Diane. I wondered if it was you. All of a sudden your name popped up. So, our card for today is Life is a Gift. Unwrap it. So I'm going to read it to you and just listen with the intuitive part of yourself that knows what part of this you need to hear for you today. This shorebird has a gift from the sea, and he can hardly wait to open it. What gifts from nature have you received? What gifts from nature have you received? Good morning, Joe. I know when I step out onto the path behind my house, one of the gifts that I receive right there is breath, fresh air and a breath, because I'm like, it's time for our walk. So actually I'm hoping today it's not too muddy out there. I have boots, but they aren't the most comfortable thing to go any distance in. But what's the difference? If I get muddy, I can take off everything, rinse it out in the sink, throw it in the washer, put my feet in the tub, rinse them off, and on we go. No big deal. Be willing to get a little dirty. Let's get messy today. Take a moment to remember one of your special moments or experiences in nature. So I'm going to give you a minute here, and I want you to just think about one. Now I'll share the one that popped immediately into my head. So a special moment or experience that you had in nature. And for some of you, it may be a cluster of experiences, and welcome to whomever else is here that isn't showing up. But so for instance, someone might say, well, I love going to this particular spot along the lake, or I love going to the river and watching the water, or I love being out when it's time for a sunset, or whatever. For me, it was being along the Lake Michigan shoreline with my then boyfriend, now ex-husband, and it was an October day, and it was just beautiful. It was one of those warm days, just lovely. And everyone had their pumpkins out, and it was just magical. And I just remember how the breezes felt and how I could hear the lake, the waves of the lake. It was just wonderful. So what was yours? If you want to share it in the feed, that'd be awesome. It says here, recall that memory in as much detail as possible. Savor the feeling. Savor the feeling. And again, as I've said before, your mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality. So when you go to those memories, your body reacts the same as if you were there. It might be a slightly attenuated response, but it still reacts the same way as if it was there. So it's good to, I realized I didn't put my earrings in. So it's good to take some time with those pleasant memories. If you can't create a new memory in terms of being out in nature, let's say it's one of those rainy days or something and you don't like being out in the rain, you can create it in your mind. I'm going to go I'm going to nature bathe in my mind, okay? Lots of options. It says, another gift from nature is awaiting you right now. Go find it. Go find it. The quote is from Leo O'Donovan. Everything in life is most fundamentally a gift, and you receive it best when you live it best, and you live it best with holding it in very open hands. Very open hands. So I even think about that car accident last night. There were gifts galore in that. I will guarantee you that young driver will be far more attentive. Thank God nobody died, but that he will be far more attentive. Good morning, Rayford. Yes, good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. My stretch of road right here is where people can finally pass when they've come through town. And so most people are hell-bent to pass who's ever in front of them, so they begin all scrunching up and accelerating, and then people, in this case it was my administrative assistant Marlo, attempt to turn into the driveway, signal way ahead of time, move in a way to try to let people know, hey, I'm turning here, and all hell broke loose. I mean, the one vehicle was on its roof, they're yelling for fire extinguishers, it was a hot mess. And I think 4 people ended up in the hospital because someone was in a hurry and someone wasn't paying attention. So, certainly had an impact on my evening. My poor people on moon ceremony had to wait for me to chill out before we could proceed with moon ceremony, which was a beautiful moon ceremony and very helpful. But again, even those things that are not joyful events have lessons for us and have useful things for us. So in that particular circumstance, the young people who ended up crawling out of the side window because they couldn't get out any other way, and I'm pretty sure they both had broken bones, and the older couple whose vehicle ended up in the neighbor's yard, they were transported to the hospital. The other 2, I think, waited for parents to come and take them to the hospital. But there were people everywhere. There were people pitching in. There were people being responsive. And that was lovely. So, and I kind of remember that from 9/11, someone saying, at every disaster, look for the helpers. They're always there. They're always there. So again, I go back to life is a gift, unwrap it. If you think those 4 people aren't going to be thinking about, but for the grace of God, I mean, it was a head-on collision. Someone could have died. Then you appreciate things more. So today I actually feel energized in a way to get on with life, to get the things done that I need to be getting done here, since my stint here is now shorter, because I found out yesterday that someone I need to be with is having a surgery on the same day that my closing date is. So we're probably going to have to make some adjustments forward, good morning Tammy, to the closing date. But life is a gift, unwrap it, and it unfolds in divine right order. So all of this, I'm going to use my word, bullshit that's going on actually can serve a purpose if we are open enough to receiving the messages. Yesterday's message to me was life is precious. You never know what's going to happen when. I'm guessing that older couple was on their way to town for dinner and all hell breaks loose. So what do you have for gifts? Right here, right now, where you are, what do you have for gifts? So I have a glass of water beside me and I'm taking a drink. I have a light that turned on. I have a phone that is broadcasting my words to all of you. I have a wonderful dog who's standing here looking out the window kind of mopey because we aren't out there yet. There are many gifts, many gifts. Can you see them? Can you slow down enough to allow yourself to see them? I love when people say they do a gratitude list at the end of the day, because what a way to capture those gifts. You could also do gratitude in the morning. I'm grateful I woke up this morning. I am grateful my shower was hot. I am grateful that I had indeed had running water to fill my cup. What are you grateful for? Don't take those things for granted. Don't take people for granted. Don't let someone leave when you're in a pissy mood. Even if you're in a pissy mood. I'm sorry I'm in a pissy mood. I love you. Safe travels. All right? So today I would like you to notice those gifts in your life, especially the gifts of nature. Today here I think is going to be a reasonably nice day. Maybe all the snow will finally go away. And I may take him for his walk early before everything slushes up. Or I might wait and put my boots on and just go stomp around in the muck. Whatever. Does not matter. Doesn't matter. But being outside breathing some air, looking at the trees, hearing the birds, all that is good stuff. To quote that poet, who oftentimes is on some of the cards that we read here, is by no means a waste of time. So, have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. For those of you who are going to be on Empowerment Rising tomorrow, our topic is going to be creating and holding on to kick-ass faith and trust. And good morning, Linda. Well, it's not morning by you. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. You may have to watch the replay because I'm just about to be done. So Empowerment Rising tomorrow is going to be on faith and trust. And right now, I feel like people are pretty beleaguered. And building faith and trust will be a huge thing. And I found this awesome thing that I'm going to share on tomorrow's Empowerment Rising. So if you can make it for that, that would be awesome. 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And you can find the link to sign up either on this Facebook page or on my empowermentandpurpose.com website. Again, I want to remind everybody too, if you would like to receive these YEMIGs via email, I did get a couple of yeses yesterday, just send the word yes to Empowerment and Purpose, Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose.com, and we'll get you added to the list so you get these by email also. Have an awesome day. Know that you are a gift to the world, and celebrate. Bye-bye.